Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the dandy in the underworld, Mr. Sebastian Horsley. Welcome to the program, sir. Thank you, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so for people who are just sort of discovering you now, you write a book called Dandy in the Underworld. You're talking about yourself, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Right. The decision to write a book about your life?
Well, I was asked to write it, and I'm kind of repulsively obedient. It wasn't a decision of mine to become a writer, but I was kind of passed along like a firecracker. I had a column originally, and then somebody else said, write a book, so I wrote a book, which is nice, really, when it all goes wrong, which it will, and goes straight to remainder bin faster than a bullet. I can just say, well, he told me to do it.
So in a sense, you're forgiving yourself, or you're taking the responsibility off your shoulders right off from the get-go.
Yeah, I don't see why I should take responsibility for anything I do or say.
You know, but that sort of attitude has kind of helped, helped you develop who you are and try a lot of different things in life. You just do stuff.
I think it's important to be whatever you are without shame. There's two different positions in human beings. Either we conceal ourselves and hope to be accepted, or we reveal ourselves and we risk rejection. And I'm kind of in the second camp, really. I think it's better to be hated for what you are than loved for what you're not.
Did you have to learn to be that person?
I think I did. No, I think I was naturally like that. I'm curious, Curiosity may have killed the cat, but it saved the Horsley. And the point is that you only find out how things work you only understand love by going beyond love. You only understand pain by going beyond pain. They're intimately connected.
Then tell me about the crucifixion, because this is one of those images that, in our culture is pervasive, and the decision to say, hey, I'd like to try that out.
Yeah. Well, that one was a bit potty, wasn't it? Amongst the catalogue of other potty things. Well, when I found out it was possible to be crucified in the modern world, properly, nailed and the whole thing, I just knew that it was something that I wanted to do. You couldn't have stopped me. It'd have been like trying to stop a shooting star.
But did you know why you wanted to do that?
Yes, I wanted... The real test of an art form is whether it will stand laughter and test itself to destruction. And the crucifixion is a very complex intersection of many different things. And it was absolutely perfect for me, really. It's important to experiment with dark things which lead you into dark places in your heart. And that was really what I was after with that one.
When you committed to the idea, did you remain as strong with the commitment as every second went by?
Well, I had months before of really nervousness and wondering why I was doing it. But on the day, I was actually very calm. I mean, there was no point in trying to cry out or stop it. I had volunteered to go through this thing. So, no, it was just something that I needed to do.
Does it come from a religious place for you?
Well, Mother says that if in another life, if I hadn't been a artist, I'd have been a priest, but I mean, I'm not sure about that, really. Decided to become a beast instead. Drunk rather than a monk, a whore rather than a bore. I could go on like this, couldn't I?
You could, yeah. I'm just going to let you play yourself out.
A puss in jackboots.
So it didn't come from that then, and I wondered what it felt like when, aside from the excruciating pain, was there pain?
Yes, it really hurt,
You didn't have to wonder why that, though, right? It was pretty obvious. And
curiously, they offered me painkillers, and I didn't take them, which was odd for me, because I'd spent my life taking painkillers when I had no need for them at all. And the one day that I needed painkillers, I declined. It would have been pointless, really. I wanted to go through the experience to find out. This was the point about it. And so I refused.
I wonder if part of that is reclaiming a part of your life that you just missed. If you did spend enough time on painkillers and you weren't as perhaps present in your own life, if you're trying to reclaim that in an extreme way.
Well, the thing is about pain is that pain is vitalizing it. It purges you into happiness, into a fuller reality of existence. And when you think about it, not everything that makes us feel better is good, alcohol, drugs. Therefore, not everything that hurts is bad. And this is the point. I wanted to get to that point where you can sort of hack off the ball and chain of personality and find out what you are with real eyes. I'm a sort of romantic nihilist. I know you're not supposed to define yourself, but I am. A romantic is someone... Well, a romantic with a little r, that's someone who talks to you after sex, isn't it?
Before sex.
Before sex?
Before, yeah.
God, you are kinky in Canada.
We have a lot of winter, Horsley. We have a lot of cold nights.
Really? Well, good evening, moose fuckers. I've never been to Canada.
Yeah. Well, you keep it up, you're going to have a real shot. You know?
What street's it on?
What street's it on? It's a good Yonge Street.
Yonge Street.
It's on Yonge Street or Robson. So carry on. You were saying?
I can't remember. What was the question? I've forgotten, but I'm the answer.
You were the answer?
What were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about, I mean, you're trying to, are you trying to replace something? Are you trying to recapture something?
Oh, I see. Well, we're always trying to do that. It's just about transcendence, isn't it? And there's different ways. I just think we should never really abandon our minds to reality. And there's different ways of transcending the flesh. And you can transcend it through clothes, through love, through sex, through art, through drugs. And I think even through degradation, you can find transcendence. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's important. It's important to attempt flight, because we're so earthbound as human beings. So a romantic, really, in the words of Coleridge, something ever more about to be, and that's really what interests me. I want to go beyond.
I like the idea of, I mean, do you require the encouragement to get to that point? Because regardless of how you may think, we're still raised in a pretty similar world, and you have to reach a point where you have to make a conscious decision that this is what I'm going to do. There are lots of artists out there, but there aren't a lot of artists who have it within them to then take it to this level. Were you encouraged to do that?
I think it's innate. I think it's just in my nature. That's the point. There comes a point where you have to do deliberately what you used to do by accident, but it's innate within you to find that out, because reality only reveals itself in extreme conditions. We often say about ourselves, we're this type of person, we're this type of person, but you don't really know. You don't really know what you are unless you put in that situation, and that's what interested me. Because I think personality, I mean, it's mighty fine coming from me, because I'm quite artificial. I've deliberately sort of cobbled myself together. I'm a fraud, you know. And
but everybody's a fraud, though, aren't they?
Well, they are. I suppose I make the joke explicit. I mean, the dandy basically lives out what other people just kind of hide from. We're all face paint, you know. Look at the doctors and the lawyers and the accountants. They think they're real people, but they are. They're face paint.
Is it a lonely journey?
Well, everything's lonely, isn't it? I mean,
a lot of it is, yeah.
We're all alone. We die alone like a dog in the street. You know, we try to it's two different positions, aren't there? The Christian position is that we're all part of each other and we're all linked up. And I think the Satanist part is that we're all disconnected from each other, and you can't really penetrate the barrier of skin, and I suppose I'm in the second camp.
I think one of my favorite things about nihilism, though, is that you reach a point where you become okay with it, and then you have a new set of realities, where it is just you, and I wondered how long ago that was for you, like really when it happened. You know, when we talk a big game as people, and then we sort of call ourselves on our own bullshit and try to get as close as we are to the person we say we are, and how long it took you to get to that guy.
Oh, my God. Well, the thing is, nihilism is not the cynical rejection of belief, is it? It's the positive courage to live without it.
Right.
In terms of character, well then, the problem about that is that even when you manufacture a character, as I have done, that is also, I mean, when you say different things about yourself, you say, I'm this type of person, I'm that type of person, but the best way to contradict yourself is to let yourself speak. The point is that we don't really know. We have no real concept of who we are, I don't think.
Are you on a journey to find that out?
Yes, I think so. I think that's the point of all these things. Yeah.
How's that working out?
Well, I don't know. I think if I found myself, I'd probably be rather disappointed.
Would you? Yeah, you know, you tell a lot of stories in here. I wonder what you didn't tell. What did you leave out?
I wrote down all the bad things I did do, and I left out all the good things I should have done. Yeah.
Regret?
Well, I regret everything, but I mean, you never mind the regret. Just do what causes it. You know, I think that's.
Do you have a big world vision? Do you have a plan for yourself beyond this? I mean, because it is a statement to put your book out. It is a statement to tell this story, and then, especially a person like you who's trying to challenge all the time, certainly yourself, you have to move beyond this. You can't relive this anymore.
I know. I'm a bit confused about that. Is the noise in my head disturbing you?
No, I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do now. I feel like Act 1 of my life is over, and I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll go to Carlisle and open a knitting shop or something like that. Or maybe I could go and die in inaction. Byron went off and died in action, didn't I? But
that would be an amazing way to win the war. You walk in. Can you imagine that? That'd be a hell of a way. It's like, I'm here, Baghdad, I'm here.
Well, I'm hoping that with a book coming out in America that I'll become worthy of assassination, you know? That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but then you'd be dead, and that would be...
Just getting shot hurt?
Yeah. From all accounts, quite a bit, more than getting crucified.
Well, I'm hoping that the marksman will be so dazzled by me that he'll miss.
Coming out in America, do you have a different set of insecurities, recognizing that the American audience is what it is?
I don't know. It's going to be very interesting, really, how it sees. It'll probably stiff, which will be quite nice too. I mean, English people don't really go down well over there, do they? If you look at some of the great Brits like Mark Bolan and Jarvis Cocker and Nick Cave and all those types of people, he was Australian. They never really made it in the States, did they? So I don't know.
No, but some did really well.
Did they?
Sure, Led Zeppelin.
That's true.
The Beatles.
Yeah.
Which Beatle are you most like, Sebastian?
I hate the Beatles.
Even Rocky Raccoon? Come on.
No, I didn't like them. I just thought they were so unsexy. I thought the Rolling Stones had sex in them. But
they did just fine in America.
I like Kiss and bands like that.
You don't like Kiss. That band's awful.
The music of the Beatles is just Kiss on the wrong notes.
Do you have a plan for America? Do you have a plan for how you're going to do this?
Well, we're going to New York, and then we're going to Los Angeles, and then...
Oh, but that's not really America.
Is that not America?
No.
I've never been. I've never really been. I've only been about 2 or 3 times.
Wow. Are you excited?
Very excited.
How will you celebrate?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm confused, though, because I wonder how it will be perceived over there, because I think it was Wilde or Shaw. What did he say? 2 countries divided by a language, something like that.
But what are you trying... You say how it will be received. What is it to you?
In terms of...
Like you're saying, what do you think you're presenting to another group of people who haven't seen you before? Like, what is it that they're going to get in this?
I don't know, really. There's not much to get, really, is there? I mean, deep below the glitter, it's all kind of solid tinsel, so hopefully they'll get that.
Yeah, but come on, they've got an entire tinsel town.
Oh, have they?
There, Sebastian, so you might be okay. No, but what is it, I mean, aside from the fact that it's good fun, you know, hey, why don't you write a book? You still have to write about something, you know, and in your journeys, there's an essence to this, and do you think that, like, are you working on getting that message to them?
In as much as you can, but you can't really... You write the book, and then they give it to the publisher, and it may get to its destination, or it may not. I only ever saw it as a cult book. A cult artist is basically someone who hasn't got the ability to get into the charts, you know? Mm-hmm. So I've no idea what's going to happen, you know?
Well, good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming in. Sebastian Horsley, everybody. Check out his book. It's a very interesting read. Candy in the Underworld is what it's called. Mr. Sebastian Horsley. The Hour will be right back. Stick around. Okay, that was good, man.